Just think, with up to $400 back on a new Sophia, you can finally afford to move out of your parents' house. Get up to $400 cash back on a new Sophia during the Kia Bucks Back clearance event.
This is our Revived Reality. I'm your host, Jacobian. Today we cover Kia, the fourth of my foundational 5. Why Kia, of all MEs? For me, it's a big deal because of personal anchor memories I have linked to the Korean automaker that comes out of a habit from working in graphic design. Often it gets said from deniers, who really pays close attention to these brands and logos anyway? Well, I do. It's part of my profession. If a change or update occurs to something I'm familiar with, I readily take notice. Not that it requires a trained eye or any special talent to notice such changes. These are basic observations anyone can make. Most logos are designed to be simple, instantly recognizable, and noticeable at a distance. And it doesn't get much simpler than 3 letters with an oval around them. This is what it was, and current reality now says it's never been. It for sure had a regular A. I also want to say the 3 left-pointing serifs are new. It was as bare bones as you could get. How can I make such an arrogant, know-it-all claim? I used to glare at and critique these emblems all the time. They look something more like a generic store brand rather than something that should be placed on a car. There was nothing stylish about them at all. And even worse, the letters reminded me of the military acronym, Killed in Action. My little critiques happen quite a bit. Kias are all over the streets and parking lots of my fair city. There's also their massive corporate sign that serves as a landmark to my freeway exit home. It proudly used to display the basic KIA logo, until one day I noticed it changed. I thought it was a standard revamp, and even still I mocked the design as a feeble attempt at trying too hard to look sporty and cool. This wasn't that long ago either. It would have been around 2012, 2013 when I more frequently drove that route. Gradually, I've started noticing updated car emblems as well. As attentive to certain details as I am, I've never cared enough to pay attention to what specific car models Kia produced or what year's model would have had which emblem, so figured whatever updated ones I did see were because of newer vehicles on the road. There was no reason to suspect the old versions got supernaturally erased. It really isn't the sort of thing you ever imagined having to get to the bottom of. No way, no how would any of these thoughts and observations have happened if there's always this Lambda staring me in the face. I've seen the logo too many times in too direct a manner to chalk up to any flaws with perception or memory. Residue for this one is pretty slim. The company name is Kia Motors, so there's nothing really intriguing about it being spelled out that way with ads and articles using a regular A. There is this recreation from a Burlington Kia, and a hubcap depiction on Amazon that matched somewhat closely what it used to be. Certainly, as usual, we get hit with the standard played-out gaslight attempts from the automatons out there, of conflating the brand with anything similar that can be thought up, such as an IKEA or no Kia. Call me arrogant, call me conceited, but I have no problem standing firm that I know the difference between whether or not I made direct repeat observations off a car versus a furniture store versus a cell phone. What's that? Micro-hallucination, you say? Our minds insert the crossbar out of expectations to see the more familiar capital A? How fascinating. Fascinating nonsense. Look, working in design, I've had plenty of experience with various futuristic, sci-fi, or collegiate-looking fonts. Lambdas are nothing foreign to me that I wouldn't easily recognize one when present, especially after multiple critiques. I'd be incredibly inept at my job if simple things like that slip past me. And when it comes to the civilian population, most people don't even know what a lambda is. They tend to view and call it out as an upside-down V. It grabs their attention for looking out of place. In fact, for that very reason, many will say that's how they know for sure Kia has always been this new, now current way, because it stood out. In either scenario, I think the point gets made. Instead of imagining something that isn't there, we tend to take notice of the anomaly, which has led to other upside-down V anomalies being noticed, making for a herd of Mandela lambdas to shepherd over. Some have even noticed Roman numerals on clocks inverting to create new lambdas. On top of that, the Roman numeral 4 sometimes changing into the repetitious 1111 so many of us continually see. Now, I can't personally vouch for all of these lambda changes like I can with Kia, and I do think there are some within the community who go overboard calling attention to each and every one of them out there. But it is a trend worth keeping track of when wanting to identify patterns and possibly catch the effect in the act, as well as possibly a tag or signature providing a key to what's causing this phenomenon, which is something we'll get deeper into down the line.